What is going on, everyone? Anthony Drew Gary here, host of the How To Show, where we talk about optimizing life, money, and happiness one how-to at a time. And this week I want to spend some time talking about how to try out a new career. And the reason I want to talk about that is because it is a new year, and at the beginning of the year, people start to have exploration types of thoughts, and a lot of those focus on their career in one way or another. You know, a lot of people are probably thinking about what it might mean to try some sort of a new type of job in the upcoming year. And there could be a number of different reasons why you might want to do that. You may want to commute less. You may want to make more money. You may want to work fewer hours. You may want to work in a different industry. You may want to work with fewer people, less people, a whole bunch of different reasons why you might want to consider a career change. And there is a way to test drive a new career. And it sounds a little foreign in concept, but I was introduced to a website that is starting to place people in this sort of scenario. It's a website called Pivot Planet, and the only reason why I'm not sharing my screen right now and showing you how to do it step by step is I have a feeling that this website may be going under soon, but the premise of it is really cool. What Pivot Planet had done is they've created a bunch of advisors in several different areas of expertise and different job functions who have made themselves available essentially on an hourly basis to coach or enrich or introduce different types of new career opportunities to folks who want to learn more about them. And so I reached out to Pivot Planet and I said, hey, you guys don't have anybody in the commercial real estate space in the greater Midwest area, specifically in Indianapolis, and I'd like to fill that gap for you. And in return, they shot me an email very quickly, said that they were not taking on new advisors right now, which was real interesting to me. It's basically the Uber of career test drives, if you will, where they're the matchmaker between somebody who wants to be that person and somebody who is that person already, putting them together. And so the fact that they're not going on and continuing this service right now by adding new advisors, strange to me, foreign to me, but the concept is replicable without their help. And that's why I wanted to make this video. And so there are a couple of different ways that you might think about becoming more qualified or becoming more in tune with a different career opportunity. And I don't know about you, but I see all the time sponsored Facebook ads and sponsored LinkedIn ads to go and get yourself a graduate certificate in some new field of study. The most recent one that can come up to mind is I saw one that was from Cornell. It was for a certificate in real estate development. And essentially, completely online, probably without much professor interaction, spend $5,000, $8,000, $12,000, and they'll teach you the very basic levels of what that industry might look like. Or you can find someone who's working in that industry, get in touch with them, and offer to compensate them for their time in exchange for them giving you the details of what they do on a day-to-day basis so that you can get a better understanding of what that job really entails. Because I think it's commonplace to consider that what a job looks like from the outside perspective and what a job looks like from the inside perspective may not be the same. You may be enamored by a title or an industry only to find out that maybe it's not what you thought it was. And so this is a good opportunity. And absent Pivot Planet expanding into all the markets and all the industries, you can probably get this done on LinkedIn. Get in touch with folks who have a title, a job prospect, and an industry that you are interested in, particularly in your area if you can do it, and reach out to them. It takes very little effort to send a LinkedIn request and then send a message and say, hey, listen, I'm interested in breaking into the career that you have found a good amount of success in. Would you be willing to be compensated for some of your time to have a series of conversations where I get to better understand who you are, what you do, what you like about it, what you don't like about it, and get a glimpse of what it might look like for me to do that job? And not everybody's going to agree to do this, but somebody will. I feel pretty confident about that. I'll share it to my videos that somebody will take you up on this, because there is an aspect of humankind that is about paying it forward, paying it back, sharing what you know with others. And I think that you can find what you're looking for without necessarily going and enrolling in that certificate program, without enrolling in that degree program, and ultimately fast tracking the interest consideration of whether or not you want to jump into a new career to find out whether or not it is something that you're interested in without having to go full in, knee deep, if you will, and have an opportunity to test drive it. And so where I'm going with this is get in touch with somebody on LinkedIn, use the power of someone else's experience, and either through a series of purchased hours or purchased meals, whatever it is, use other people's experience to start to influence what your own experiences might be. That's going to bring this episode of the show to a close. Hopefully this is useful for somebody out there. If it's not useful for you, feel free to share it with somebody who you might think it would be useful for. There's lots of people considering job opportunities all the time, so be sure to share it with them. As always, you can subscribe to the show to be the first to know about new content each and every Wednesday. You can also engage with me in the comments if you have topics to discuss, things about this episode, ideas for future shows, or if you want to transact real estate in the Indianapolis market, I can help you with that, either in the comments or at IndyDwell.com. Until next time, this is Anthony Drew Gary, host of The How To Show, signing off.